Elsa loved to walk in the woods and pick berries and flowers. She often went there with her dog Barney, who guarded her from danger. One day Elsa went to the woods without Barney because he got sick and stayed at home. Elsa did not notice how she went too far from the road and got lost. She tried to find her way back, but all the trees seemed the same. Suddenly the sky became cloudy and it began to rain heavily. Elsa was frightened and began to run, looking for shelter. She saw a dark cave and decided to hide in it from the rain. She entered the cave and smelled a strange smell. She looked around and saw that the cave was full of various herbs, mushrooms, bones and skulls. Elsa realized that this was the cave of an old sorceress who lived in the forest and caught children for her potions. Elsa wanted to get out of the cave, but it was too late. The sorceress returned from the forest and noticed the girl. She grinned and said, "Oh, what a nice guest. I'm so glad to see you, my dear. You're just what I need for my new potion. Come to me, don't be afraid." Elsa was very frightened and began to ask the witch to let her go. She said that she was very poor and sick and that her mother was waiting for her at home. But the sorceress did not believe her and grabbed her hand. She dragged her to a large cauldron that stood in the corner of the cave. The cauldron was boiling with a green liquid that made sounds and bubbles. The sorceress went to the mirror that hung on the wall of the cave. She found her reflection and smiled. She thought she was very beautiful and young, when in fact she was ugly and old. She has gray skin, rotten teeth, a hooked nose, and gray hair. Elsa seized the moment and escaped from the cave. She quickly ran outside and saw that the rain had already stopped. She saw her dog Barney, who came running to her from the forest. He was very glad to see her and licked her face. Elsa hugged him and said, "Barney, you saved me. How did you find me?" "I'm so glad to see you." Barney led Elsa to the path that led them to the forest. They walked quickly and soon reached the house. Elsa saw her mother, who was standing on the threshold and waiting for her. She was very worried about Elsa and happily hugged her. Elsa told her everything that happened in the forest. Her mother praised her for her courage and cunning. She said, "Elsa, you are a very smart and brave girl. I'm proud of you. But don't go into the woods alone anymore. And always take Barney with you. He is your true friend and protector." Elsa promised her mother that she would no longer go into the forest alone. She kissed her and went to her room. She lay down on the bed and fell asleep. Subscribe to the channel, we have a lot of interesting stories.